Oh, it has been so long since I sat in front of the camera. And by that I mean it's been like a week and a half, but it feels like a long time. Oh, or has it been 2 weeks? Almost 2 full weeks, and we are back with the reveal. I know, not a lot of chat. Here it is. Let's just get right down to the point. I am so excited to add a little bit of the 21K lilac to my collection. I didn't expect to get this. I've had it for a week now, but I've been on vacation and obviously this came with me. Oh, what is there to say? Well, as you can see, this is a teeny tiny bag. It's a micro bag, I suppose. Okay, a little bit on the name. On the Chanel website, I believe this is called a card holder with chain or card holder on chain. People also call it a micro bag. On my receipt, it was also called a clutch. Yeah, that's what I believe it was called on my receipt. I got this from one of the smaller Chanel boutiques, and I don't know what to say else about the name, but the inconsistency in the naming can obviously make it really difficult to find YouTube videos. I didn't expect to get this, but it was suddenly available to me, and I didn't even look up any kind of review before buying it. I didn't look them up until afterwards because it was going to be ordered, and it was so hard. It was so hard to find anything about this shape, and obviously I didn't find anything on this specific color, and now all of a sudden they're all over Instagram. Anyway, it seems like a lot of people were able to get this in the last week, and I am rambling. I am sorry, but I am going to tell you about what fits and just some initial thoughts. Like I said, I've had this for a week and I love using it. I know that for so many people this would be a ridiculous purchase. Even Chanel lovers will probably find this to be a ridiculous purchase because it is pretty much the price of a bag. It is the price of a full-size bag, certainly from other brands, but Chanel is maybe laughing at me all the way to the bank, and that is fine because I really love this. It's not only the shape, but it's the color. This is my first bit of Chanel lambskin. I do have all the stickers on it still, so I don't know if you can see that in the lens, but I love bags this size. It's ridiculously cute. I wanted the color. It was just everything about it, but I didn't expect to be able to find it. I think it's probably because this is so dinky, you know. Other people were saying not a chance, because for just a little bit more, you can get a wallet on chain and that can fit your phone. I'm not that fussy about the phone thing. I will tell you now what fits inside. So just to get this out of the way, I have my key clay here. This will not fit. It is too long. It's not gonna happen, but I usually carry about maybe like 4 cards, including my ID. I pulled out like an old gift card for demonstration. This is one of the made in Italy pieces. It just says it right there. This did come with one of the cards. Since it is a small leather good, it has why am I blanking on it? But it doesn't have the little plaque that is now in the bag. So your cards can fit in here with a little bit extra room on both sides. I do have 3 lip products that I can fit in here. If I was so inclined, I would probably only take 1 or 2, just depending on the day, and we're still wearing masks, so I'm not all that fussy about lip products in general. But I really like that I can fit these in here. Just to maybe give you a better idea, I wanted to grab ones that are sizes that people know about. So there's a Dior lip gloss that fits pretty much from end to end without poking into the sides whatsoever. I also have the Glossier lipstick, pretty standard lipstick size. That is actually a little bit short. It doesn't quite go from end to end, so it fits nicely. Now, if I wanted to put my apartment key in here, I would be set, but if for some reason I didn't have to bring my apartment key, like if I was going out with my husband, I could fit a 3rd lip product. This is the balm.com, and again, goes from end to end without at all pushing out those sides. And I can still fit those 4 cards I mentioned that I would probably take with me. If you're not that fussy about lip products, you can carry some other things in here. I don't need to tell you that this will not fit a phone. My phone is either in my hand or in my pocket, especially in the fall, winter, spring months. I don't need to have it in my bag. I'm almost always defaulting to putting it in my jeans pocket anyway, because I'm constantly going for it, either to take a picture or check something or have it on the table, whatever it is. Even when I can fit it in a bag, it's often not being put back in my bag. So when I was deciding to buy this, I really didn't think that would be a big deal. Having used it for a week, I was absolutely right. It was no trouble whatsoever. We went to the botanical gardens in North Carolina. I had this on, and obviously I was taking some lovely pictures of the flowers and my husband with his mom. So I was going for my phone constantly anyway. But it just felt very natural to put it into my back pocket. And the nice thing about this is, I mean, yeah, it looks beautiful, but you also can't feel it at all. There is just, I don't know, when you're wearing it slung cross body, I don't notice it, and I love that. Now, going into the quality, speaking of the weight, I really like the weight of this chain. I have watched on the one review I was able to find, they said that they weren't terribly happy with the weight of the chain. I think that was an older one. That was the pale pink, like the blush colored one. And maybe there is some inconsistency there. I really can't say, since this and the pale blue are the only ones I've held. Of those, I was really pleased with the chain weight. And another thing I love is how everything is proportioned. I'm not wild about the mini rectangle with the top handle. I think the proportions just look a little bit funny, but I've never seen it in person, so maybe it's just a perspective thing. I really like how all of this works together, from the size and weight of the chain to the width of this and the top handle. It feels really dinky and cute, but I also don't think it looks ridiculous when I'm wearing it. Maybe other people think it looks ridiculous, but I don't, so that's all that really counts. This is not going to be for everyone. If you have to have your sunglasses, your phone in your bag, I don't need to tell you in a review that this will not work out for you. I personally really like it. I know Chanel, when they were talking to me about it, they said that, oh, you can layer up your bags, like you could wear this and a classic flap or a mini or whatever, because they're all about that maximalism. I will not wear it that way. It's not for me. I couldn't imagine having this and my small white classic flap. I mean, the colors would look good together. It's not a matter of matching. It would just feel like a lot. And it's just more bag than I want to keep track of. One thing I like about this is this is what it fits. I'm not tempted to carry anything extra, and I don't have to think about it at all because it's slung nicely crossbody. It's a little bit on the higher side. If you like where the walk sits, if you like where the walk sits on your hip, because in my experience that chain is kind of long, this will be shorter than that. I'll have chain drop listed down below, along with the measurements from end to end, but also the internal measurements with what you can realistically fit in here, because I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it does go in on the side, so you can't actually fit things across there. That's something that I wish websites would sometimes do, because they'll usually have the outer measurements and maybe you're thinking, oh, I can definitely squeeze my phone into something, and then it doesn't work out. So I think that is everything I wanted to say. I'm so sorry that this video was a little bit disorganized. Like I said, getting back in the saddle, haven't filmed for a while. Like, I even forgot to say that this has light gold hardware, so I'll mention it now. I also like that this has a magnetic closure versus a snap button. I definitely would not want to have to be really pushing this in to close it anytime. it's because of the size, something I noticed right away is it's not the most convenient bag to go in and out constantly. So that's something you should keep in mind if, I don't know, whatever errand it is, you have to constantly go in and out of your bag. This probably isn't the best bag for it. It is a light color. Oh, that said, if I could get one in black, I would be very, very tempted. I know it's a little bit ridiculous, but oh, it makes me smile. It just does. And if you're spending that kind of money, it should probably make you smile. This will not make everyone smile, so I don't know, use your best judgment. You know what's right for you. This doesn't have a pocket on the back, and so far, even with traveling it, packing it in a bag, I mean, I was careful given the lambskin, like I make sure it's not having anything pushed against it. Oh, one thing I do want to mention before I wrap this whole thing up, it did come with a dust bag. I believe like most of the small leather goods, they come in a similar dust bag, but this is my first one from Chanel, so let me know down below if you have more experience with them. But I store it in its dust bag, flat on its side, and the only little bit of care I take is so you can see that it's kind of a long dust bag. This easily sits on one side of the dust bag, and then I have the chain kind of flat on the other. I just make sure that the chain isn't underneath it. Maybe that seems like more fuss than it's worth to some people, but I am a crazy bag lady and I enjoy doing things like that. So I just make sure that there's nothing underneath it or leaning against it when it's storing, just because lambskin is so delicate. I've heard people even saying that the tissue paper left an indentation on it, so I don't want to have like a big dent from the chain, like if it somehow ends up underneath it. And I could store it sitting up, but that would mean not keeping it in its dust bag, and I would be kind of worried that it would fall over and I wouldn't notice it. That's happened with a bag before, and it did leave an indentation on it. So just little things to think about. Anyway, that is enough rambling from me. Please let me know if you have any questions about this piece, if you have been thinking about getting one. I think they've been really popular, so I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to bring them out in other colors. I'll also have the price listed on the screen. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but it's a lot for what it is. So you're the only person who can know if it's worth it to you. I wasn't dying for anything else from Chanel. I was even able to try on some minis, some classic flaps that they had in store. I keep hearing people say like, oh, you're never gonna get this. And I also have heard from Chanel SAs being like, oh, you are so lucky we have this on the floor. They never come in. I'm like, okay, chill out. Thank you. It's all good, but I've tried them on and I haven't been that excited for them this as much as it excited me, and I've been able to use it, so I thought the price was worth it. Anyway, that is actually enough rambling from me. I always say that and then I go on for another minute, but thank you so much for watching and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Bum, bum, bum. Here we go. Okay. Serious. This is a big deal. We're revealing Chanel. Take it seriously, Meghan. Get with the program. Whew. Is this the most ridiculous thing I have ever purchased? Maybe. But isn't it cute? I mean, look how cute she is. I mean, oh man. Competing with the cats for cuteness. No, I didn't mean it, Sherpa. I'm kidding. Anyway,